Hey everyone, this is Sandeep. Welcome back to 100 Days of Coding React and Redux. Today's video, we are going to save our nodes using the API exposed by the JSON server into the db.json file. So in the last video, we have set up the JSON server, right? And we got this db.json file where I'm going to I'm going to save all of my nodes. So all the REST API which has been generated by JSON server, like for getting the nodes, we have slash nodes. For adding a node, we have slash nodes, post request. Then for updating, we have a put request. And for delete, we have a delete request. So first of all, in this video, we are going to create a node. So I'll go back to my code editor, and entire state management I'm doing inside my app.js file. And we already have a create node function here, which I'm going to use to add a new node. The application is running. Okay. So you can see I'm already getting a node object here. When I'm going to add a node using the title and text and click on submit button, I get a node here, right? And we are setting the nodes locally. Now, instead of doing it locally, I'm going to use Axios. And for that, first of all, I need to install the Axios. So I'll go back to terminal and probably I need to stop the application first. Let's install npm install Axios first, because I'm going to use Axios to use the REST APIs. You can use fetch also, but Axios is good practice. Okay, so Axios is installed. I'm going to run my application now, and the application is running. Let's wait for some time. Okay, it is running now. Okay, so now I'm going to take this node. I'm going to use Axios. So first, in this create node function, I need to convert this function into an async function because we're going to use the async await syntax. So I'll say await, and I need to import Axios first. So let me import Axios at the top. Import Axios from Axios, and I'll say Axios.post. So post is a method which we can use to, and the URL that I'm going to use is obviously our JSON server is running. So I'll use the template literal syntax http://localhost:3005. So this is the port where my Axios is running. So we are using the post request, right? And the URL expose is nodes /nodes. So Axios.post, and I need to pass my node object as a second argument. So I'm going to use that node, and let's see if it creates a node inside my db.json file. It's going to return me the response, which will be the newly created node, right, inside db.json file. And we're just going to, first of all, check the response. So I'll just say console.log response, and let's see what is the response. Based on that response, then I'm going to set my nodes value. So I'll save this, refresh, and hopefully everything is running. My application is running. My JSON server is also running. Let's try to add a new node. So say support test1 and test1 text. Okay, before that, I want to show you there are no nodes inside my nodes empty. Now I'll submit, and I need to open so I'll expand this actually just to show you the network panel also, so that we should be able to see, but I think it has already gone. But let's go back to my code. See that node has been created inside, and we are getting ID also and test1, everything, right? Let's try to add one more node, and I want to show you in the network panel what's going on behind the scene. And we need to clear these values also, right, after the addition of new nodes. So I'll do that later on. Test2.text, and I'm going to submit, and we are getting the response also back here, if you see here, right? So let me try again. I'm going to clear this. I'll show in the network panel. See that the network request is going to the nodes, right? And I'm getting the nodes back, the new node which is created. Here in the post request, I'm sending my node inside body. Let me show you that part also. Request body. Okay, so this is the payload, right? And in the header, we are just creating the post request. This is the payload I'm sending, right? And this is the preview. Once the node has been created, it's coming back. Now I'm sending the ID also. Say suppose you don't want to send the ID, you can do that, and those IDs will be automatically generated by our DB, JSON server. I'll show you that example also. So let's do that. I'm going to clear my db.json file. Let's start with empty nodes first. Now I'm getting this node with the ID, right? So when we are creating the node, I'll go to add node file, add node.js. Inside that, I will not send the ID. Okay, I'll not generate the ID and I'll not send it to my add node call here or create node call here, right? Now, if I go back and refresh, let's try to add a new node. Say test1 text, something like this. I'll clear this one. I'll clear this one also, right? Let's submit. And if you see here, right, I'm sending the nodes and we are getting the node back with an ID. So this time I haven't sent the ID, right? But the ID is coming back from the JSON server. So JSON server has auto-generated the ID for me, right? So if you see here, data ID test1, right? So now I'm getting the node back inside my data object inside the response. Let's add that into our set nodes call. So I'm going to remove this and set nodes. And inside set nodes, I'm going to grab all my existing nodes. And then I'm going to add the response.data. So response.data is my newly created node value. Let's save. I'll clean up the nodes again. And I'll go back to my application again. I'll refresh. Let's add another node, test1 text, and submit. And you should be, you won't be able to see anything here probably. Let me try. I'm going to submit and yeah, you should be able to see the node. Yeah, see that. The node is coming here, test1. We are getting the node back also when we are sending the call with ID. Cool. So pretty easy, right? We were able to add a node by using axios.post, hitting the URL right, sending the node object, and we are getting the response back, which we are setting inside our node. So now we are having nodes getting saved, getting created inside our database. So it's more of like, the full-fledged, it's working like a full-fledged full stack application, not full-fledged, but at least I'm mocking my APIs, using the JSON.server. So say suppose if someone is writing the APIs in any other technology like Node or Java, when you have those API ready, you just need to do the changes in this URL probably, right? And everything should work fine. Okay, so the node is getting created now. I'm going to stop here. I'll see in the next video, we are going to add a new feature, probably we'll grab all the nodes, right? And we'll show it in our application. So with that, I'm going to stop here. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, you take care. Goodbye. And thanks for watching the video.